Hello students. Today we are going to discuss about data structures. And data structures is one of the important topics under the computer science. Okay. So data structures you can if you go for further studies in computer science you can learn in under the engineering branches also. Let's see what is a data structure. So we have already learned some data structure. The best example the example for a data structure is the arrays. So when we discussed about array is a data structure because in the concept of arrays we can arrange the data in a systematic way, right? The advantage of array is that we can arrange the elements or we can arrange the different values under a single name, right? So array is an example of a data structure. Actually, under this topic, we are mainly focusing on two type of data structures, which is stack and queue, right? The data structure linked list, actually it is removed from your syllabus as per the revised syllabus. Linked list is removed from the syllabus. So we are mainly focusing on the linear data structure. So linear data structure means where we can arrange the elements or where we can arrange the values in a linear fashion. And after that we can learn about the non-linear data structure. Non-linear data structure, it is a tree data structure that we can discuss later. So please read the definition of data structure. So it is the systematic arrangement of data and the relationship among the associated members. That is called a data structure. Okay. So let's see our first data structure, that is a stack data structure. What is the literal meaning of stack? Stack means you can say stack of books. So stack of books means books are arranged in a vertical way, right? Like one on the top. That is called a stack, right? So the literal meaning of stack, it is right. So we just imagine the case that we are arranging the elements one on the top, right? So what is the specialty of the stack data structure? The specialty of the stack data structure is that we can add or remove the elements from the one position, that is on the top position. That means if you want to add a new element, you have to insert it on the top, and if you want to remove an element, you have to remove from the top, right? And because of this reason, stack is also known as a LIFO data structure. LIFO, L-I-F-O. LIFO means last in, first out. So why it is? Because the element we are removing from the stack, it is the last in. Okay. So last in, first out data structure. Now we are going to see some terms associated with the stack data structure. The first term is push. Push means the process of inserting a new element to the stack. So process of inserting a new element to the stack is called push operation. And we have pop. Pop operation means the process of deleting an element. So the process of deleting an element from the stack is known as pop operation. Then two important terms, stack overflow and stack underflow. If the stack is full, what is the meaning of that? We cannot add any more elements. If the stack is full, then we can say stack overflow. If the stack is empty means we cannot remove any more elements, right? We are not supposed to remove any elements from the stack. So that condition is called stack underflow. So if the stack is full, it is stack overflow. If the stack is empty, we say it is stack underflow. Okay, where we have the applications of stack. The applications of stack you can see that for converting infix to postfix expressions, and it is for reversing the string. And I hope you have seen that associated with the concept of recursion, when I demonstrated the outputs, so I have used the concept of stack there. Okay. Okay, here we can see that a push operation, the diagram is on the screen, you can see. Now the stack is filled with 4 elements. The first element is A, second element is B, third element C, and fourth one is D. What we are planning to do, we are planning to insert a new element, that is the element name is E. So we are going to insert a new element. When we want to insert a new element, that is as per the condition of the stack, we have to insert on the top position only. So the first thing we are going, the current top position is pointing to the element D. Suppose if you want to insert a new element, so what we have to do? See, we have to move the top pointer to the next position and insert that element. So that is what you can see here. I have inserted E on the top, then moved the top pointer to the next position. Okay. So when we perform the push operation, what we have to consider? So we have to check, when we are performing the push operation, we have to check whether the stack is full or not. That is stack overflow or not. What is a stack overflow? That means the stack is full, we cannot put any more elements. So while performing the push operation means inserting a new element, we have to look for whether we are able to insert a new element or not. If the stack is full, we cannot perform the push operation. Now we have the pop operation of stack. So pop operation means removing an element from the stack. So here you can see that we have 5 elements in the stack, starting from the first element A to the last element E. The last element E, which is on the top. Suppose if you want to remove an element, we know that as per the condition of the stack, the last element is moving out of the top position, right? So here on the right hand side the diagram, you can see that the last element has been removed. Now the top position has rearranged. Now it is pointing to the position D, right? Another important thing, while performing the pop operation, we have to check whether the stack is underflow or not. So what is stack underflow? That means there is no elements to remove. There are no elements to remove. That condition is called stack underflow. So in this example there is no problem as the stack has got some elements. But while performing the pop operation, that is removing an element, we have to check whether there are any elements remaining, to remove, right? So that is a condition for stack underflow. So we have to look for stack underflow while performing the pop operation. Okay students, so here you can see that I have created the algorithm for the push operation, right? So here I'm using the pseudocode. Pseudocode means it is the standard way of writing the algorithms, right? So begin procedure, so the name of the procedure push operation, and we have stack data. So when it comes to the writing algorithm, it is not compulsory that you follow exactly the same steps, but you can write in your own language. If stack is full, then we have return null, because if the stack is full means the stack overflow, so we cannot put any more elements. If the stack is not full, then what we have to do? We have to increase the top is equal to top plus 1. then we are putting the top element, we are putting the data on the top of the stack. Let me repeat again. While performing the push operation, so here we can see that stack is the name of the stack and data is a new element. We are checking whether the stack is full or not. If the stack is full, so we have to stop the operation. That is why it is returning null. Okay. If the stack is not full, what we have to do? We have to increase the top, that is by adding 1. Top is equal to top plus 1. Now top has increased. What we have to do? We have to move the new element. That the element is data. That element should be added to the top of the stack. Okay. Okay. Here you can see the Java method for performing the push operation on a stack. On stack. So please go through this method, right? Okay. So this push operation can only be performed when it is not full, right? So that is why we are using isFull function, which will return true if it is full, otherwise it will be false, right? So you can, for the examination purpose, either you can learn the algorithm or you can learn the Java method, right? Okay, here we can see the algorithm for pop operation. Pop operation means removing the element from the stack. Removing the elements from the stack. We know what is the condition of this pop operation. That is, we have to check whether the stack is underflow or not. So that is why on the stack, on the algorithm, you can see that the first line it is, if stack is empty, that means we are checking the condition for underflow or not. If the stack is empty, we are returning null, right? Then here data means it is an element to be removed. So data means it is getting stored by, if the stack is not empty, then data is a placeholder which store the value of the last element of the stack. Then we are here you can see that top is equal to top minus 1. Then we are returning that data. Let me repeat again. While performing the pop operation, we have to check the stack is empty or not. If it is empty, then we have to return null. That is, we have to stop the operation. Otherwise, what we have to do? We have to remove the top element, right? So data here on the algorithm, you can see that I'm using a variable data. So data which stores the last element of the stack, and then we are decreasing. Top is equal to top minus 1. So top minus 1. So we remove that top element and decrease the top by top minus 1, right? So we remove the one element from the stack. So we, okay. Okay, here you can see the Java method for a pop operation, right? So here we have a function isEmpty. It is for checking whether the stack is empty or not. If it is empty, we cannot perform the pop operation. If it is not empty, then we are storing the current top element of the stack on the variable data. Then we decrease the top by top minus 1, right? And here you can see that if the stack is not empty, we are sending a message, could not retrieve data, stack is empty. Okay. Okay, please note that on the screen you can see the method to print all the elements of a stack, right? So you can see that what is the condition. If top greater than or equal to 0, we are printing the elements. The elements are, and using the for loop, we are printing the elements of the stack. So here we can see that we are in this stack also, we are making use of the concept of arrays to implement. So stack is a concept and it is getting implemented in our syllabus through the concept of arrays. Okay.